Okay, so here we get to our parametric cost methods, and you will notice that the parametric cost system is actually a little bit less detailed than the elemental method that we've done in the previous recording, and it's you will see that this method is used also fairly early on in a project, but it has a little bit of a you will see how it looks. It basically makes one or two assumptions to get to your estimate, and it's usually used in a situation where you have limited time to do a calculation. Okay, so usually the general methodology is a parameter is defined as in the English dictionary as a line or quantity that determine a point, line, figure, or quantity in a class of such things. So I'm going to get to this a little bit later on. So it was developed in the UK in the 1970s, so it's a little bit later on that this method was developed. It is a combination of the area method and the elemental methods of analysis. The cost of the selected number of elements are expressed in square meters usually, and any number of elements can be selected. Okay, you will see what the elements entail shortly. So it is a weighted tariff that is multiplied with a building area. Okay, so it represents a certain percentage of the building cost by analyzing several similar buildings. Okay, cost is scaled to 100%. Again, special items such as external works are calculated separately. Okay, so the main thing about this method is you have measured halfway maybe with your elemental method, and now suddenly the client asks you to present your estimate to him within a short amount of a short period. So what you take is you take the items that you already measured, and you and the ones that you haven't measured, and basically what you calculate is what percentage of that items that you haven't measured is still excluded, and then you extrapolate that amounts that you already calculated to fill the gap of the elements that you haven't measured yet. So I think the examples usually explains this the best. Okay, so the advantages is that it's quick. Little information is needed to be processed, and only the information needed to calculate the parametric tariff is needed. Okay, similar to the square meter area method, and it's simple, it's quick, limited information is needed, it's more accurate, it isolates important cost variables. Okay, takes into account space planning is suitable for early stages of a project. Historical data can easily be built up. Okay, so your historical data can easily be built up. Okay, the disadvantages though is the selection of certain costs can be a complex and considerable research is needed sometimes. Again, experience is very important for this method. It is only as accurate as the information that is used. Adjustment factors are complex and never be used uniformly. It is still a single price method. Okay. Possible applications is relatively unknown and untested with the lack of research. Okay, so this is actually your default method if you need to produce something quickly. Even with research, the method accuracy will remain suspect, and it's single price because it's a single price method, and also you're making a lot of assumptions while doing the estimate. It is rather a cost model indicating cost rents than making predictions. Okay, can be used on repetitive type of buildings, design buildings very easily. Variations on methods can be developed, e.g. spatial costing can be used for, or your spatial planning can be used when using this method. Okay, thanks. That is the parametric system. You will notice that it's only the theory part, and I think you might be a little bit in the dark when referring to this, but in our next few lectures when we get to Appendix 2, this will actually be explained in much more detail, and I think everything should come together in that that lecture. So yeah, just be patient with regard to the parametric system. I think that will be explained in our next slideshow.